Hi there, welcome to the Indian Booktuber channel. In today's video, I am going to have a very fun conversation with Mr. Ronak Shah. Ronak is somebody I have known for a while. I have followed his content for a while, and I even was on one of his podcast episodes, I guess, right?
Yes.
Today, I invited him onto the channel. We are going to talk about what he is doing in the book space, and he is also a marketer, and I'm also a marketer. So, we are going to have a little bit of marketing talks as well. So let's get started. Hi, Ronak. Thank you so much for joining. First of all, just introduce yourself to us. Like, we don't know who you are. Tell us about.
Firstly, thank you so much, Manpreet, for this fun, loving conversation. Talking about me, my name is Ronak Shah. I do have a channel as a YouTube channel, which is Ronak Shah, which I started around 1.5 years ago. Kind of, let's talk about books and everything, whatever I have. Apart from that, I'm a marketer. I basically handle B2B marketing. I used to handle B2C marketing. Then I shifted to the B2B marketing, which is one company in the US, and apart from that, I do also freelancing of little bit here and there. So that's basically about me. And on the YouTube I talk about books, finance, freelancing. Now I started to little bit diversify because I wanted to share a lot of knowledge rather than sticking to the one topic. And on the Instagram is more about fun side of me, where I post like very entertainment content. So that's basically the glimpse about my life.
That is wonderful. You're just, a person who is very much aligned to what I like to do. I was just saying, like, I also work for a company in US, but I have done mostly B2C marketing. So before we talk about books, I need a tip from you. Like, when it comes to B2B marketing, how do you think it's different from B2C? And also, let's introduce to the viewers on like what exactly you do in the marketing. So if you can just tell us in 1 to 2
Okay.
lines. I have always failed at doing so. But I would like you to try.
Sure. So basically, B2C, that is business to customer. The way you say Zomato, Swiggy, then the Netflix, these are kind of a B2C marketing where they are directly sell to the customers. And B2B market is that is the business to business, where one company try to sell one product to the another company. Like say example, Accenture. So if you don't know, the Reliance Jio campaign was designed by the Accenture team. So Accenture is a business company and the Reliance is also the business company. So all the Geo plan, like first giving out the free for the 3 months and making habit for the Geo internet, and then selling the Geo SIM card and services. So that was planned designed by the Accenture team. So that's one business and another business. So into the B2B same space, like which I deal with the mobile application, then coding, then web app development. So this is the one company which I handle their marketing. So in that marketing, I specifically work on the ABM marketing, that is account based marketing, demand generation, and the LinkedIn advertising. Because when it comes to B2B, the LinkedIn is always the first priority. And then if a time gives you that kind of money, then you go for the Facebook advertising, then other kind of advertising channels. So basically B2B, in short, you have a business, either you have a product or you have services, and you try to sell those products or the services to the another company, which takes a little bit lot of time. Like in the B2C, the average customer cycle is usually whether you see that advertising and if you like that product or if you like that, a beauty product or scent, then probably within a 1 week you will buy. But when it comes to B2B, the life cycle of one customer is usually 90 days. I mean, to close one customer, it usually takes 1 quarter. Aram se, because the prices is always high. Like sometimes one mobile app development costs you more than $100K, or one resources cost you more than $1,000. So it takes a little bit of time. As the saying goes, B2B is kind of an unsexy business. Like no one wants to get into that because it's a hell lot of time and the ROI takes almost a year to get into. So if you are kind of a creative person, then B2C is always good for you. But if you have the patience, if you have understand the top level marketing, then and if you have wanted to get into the higher level like CMO level, then you should know the B2B in the depth. I used to work in the B2C, but then I realized, okay, I need something different because I'm get bored to the B2C. So then I shifted last year to the B2B business. So that's the basically where I work. I specifically handle ABM and the LinkedIn ads and the demand generation.
Wonderful. I started with B2C, did it for like 5 to 7. Even now, most of the companies I handle for the company I work for, they are B2C. But for myself,
Okay.
I have this idea of like setting up on my own marketing agency and everything. And for setting it up, you first need B2B, right? You have to reach out to the
Yeah.
business owners and get them on board. So I have been learning it, and I really hope you were telling me that you started like a year ago and you have already gotten so good at it. So I really hope I also quickly learn
Yeah, I
about
mean, you already are T-shaped marketer. I mean, you are on YouTube and you are doing so much stuff. So you already are T-shaped marketer. So it will not take a lot of time to learn new things because you have already, like last time we talked, you were learning email marketing also. You were learning what I don't remember exactly, but you were learning funnels and so many things at the time. Almost 1.5 years ago, we did a podcast, but at that time, so probably you are good at it. So it will not take too much time to get into that space, but there need a lot of patience because B2C is kind of easy game as compared to like you just put Facebook advertising, you retarget it, create a lookalike audience, and you are done. But B2B is kind of nurturing a lot of time. It takes a lot of time.
and a lot of money as well, because LinkedIn ads, I have tried it for like the marketing agency which I work for. They're so expensive, and for me, for my own business starting up, I'm just like, I can't spend so many dollars for this.
Dude,
So
it's 10 times higher. Like if you spend, you can get within on the Facebook ads or the Instagram, which are very, very cheap. If you spend 100 rupees also, you will get around 1,000 to 5,000, impressions. But to get that kind of impressions, even on the LinkedIn, it will cost you around $100. So unless and until you have a specific marketing budget, like, okay, I'm okay to spend $10,000, $5,000, then and then only LinkedIn advertising is good for you. Other than it's not a really
ten
great idea.
thousand dollars are my life savings so far. Okay, I can't spend that
I know.
on the company's LinkedIn budget.
Obviously, I mean, you can try with either demand generation or APO, which will not cost you money, but which will cost you time.
Thanks for the tip. Okay, one thing, you are an engineer and then you became a marketer and then you got into books. How did that work out? How did that happen?
Okay, so books, I was always into books, not like before engineering. So all credit goes to my grandmother. So there is a story. Like I tell this story to every other person. Like if you want your children or if you anyone want to get into the reading, then you can definitely use this tip, which grandparent used for me. So basically, what they used to do. So when we are child, there are the mostly books about the Panchatantra, then Akbar Bilbar. This kind of books we used to read, where there are short stories and end में कुछ तो climax वगैरह होता है. So what my grandmother used to do, she used to tell me stories like very detailed. जो भी story है पूरा डिटेल में पूरा बताती थी story. And story starts, story end में आ जाती है. And whenever there is a climax comes, she used to stop. She used to completely stop. She used to tell me, if you want to know the climax, you have to read the story. I had no other option. I mean, if you know everything story, but you have no idea what is going to happen at the end. So I have to read that story again to understand what is going to happen at the end. Whether it is Akbar, Bilbar, Panchatantra, Chacha Chutri. Even those are the short stories of 2-3 pages. Still, my grandmother used to this kind of treat. And at the end, that's how I got into the reading. So after that, I started reading those kind of books. I mean, the easy ones. But in the from the 11th standard, I got serious about. Like, I mean, I picked up thoda big wala books like Dan Drat, then a mystery party. Then this kind of books I started reading, and then I realized, okay, I have a good like. And second year of college, then I started. Okay, I have this knowledge. खुद के पास रख के क्या करूँगा? Let's put it out there. That's I read this one blog like show your work wala asking calling wala book. Then I was okay, I can try it this way also. And I thought, okay, let's start with the blogging. I initially started with the blogging, and after that, when I become thoda camera confident person, then I started with the YouTube. Before YouTube, I started with the podcast because I wanted to, I wanted to listen my voice and get comfortable with it. And then I started with the YouTube. Okay, now YouTube is fine. So that's the journey of the books. I always into the books, but never, thought ki yaar, we can put this online also.
That is wonderful, and that is a very good idea to get into books and to have your kids read books. And honestly, I feel like
Exactly.
when it comes to camera confidence, na, right now I have just started filming some videos for my marketing channel. So I have like done a lot in the book space. My even vlog channel is doing well, but I have never like shown myself anywhere as a marketer. So now I have started, and
Okay.
I have like so much of camera fear. Like every day I have to think about like, can I do this? Can I make those videos? Like I must have shot like 1,000 videos, right? And still for
Exactly.
this new thing, I feel so much of fear and so much of like paralysis. Like I can't do this. So I think only way to get over it is like keep doing it, right?
Shoot video.
Anybody
Exactly.
and everybody has to go through it.
If I watch my first video now, I feel so cringe. To be honest, like camera is here, but I was looking there.
No, I
That
got the camera thing for sure, but like they're still like very cringeworthy, and a few of them I even deleted, and some of them are private. Like I sometimes go back to those videos and just feed myself, to indulge in self hate.
So I have not deleted anything or not made any private. Just I mean to see ki, bhai, okay, I was there. That gives me the idea that okay, I have been through this journey. I learned so many things. Like I had goal this, I have to shoot 100 videos at any I have to shoot 100 videos, and then I will start looking at okay, how to make camera angle better, how to make the voice better, how to make the audio better. So that's how I mean you learn in the process usually. Yeah. That's the reason I have not made any video private. So people ask me, okay, you are so good at camera. Sometimes they say नहीं भाई ऐसा कुछ नहीं है जाके मेरे पहले वीडियो देख ले you will understand it's all about the process.
And Ronak, you are from Pune, right?
Yes.
We met in the Kevin Missile event, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I remember.
Mumbai.
So, you have always born and brought up in Pune, or did you move from some other place?
No, some other place actually. There is a story like my mom is from Karnataka, my father is from Gujarat, and I am in Maharashtra.
How did they
So
meet?
no, actually they had arranged marriage, but
Oh,
ultimately ultimately like both are shifted to the Islampur, like near Kolhapur, if you know the Kolhapur. So I did my engineering or everything in the Kolhapur, and for the job purpose, for more kind of exposure, I shifted to the Pune because you get better understanding. You go with the flow when you are around kind of what I will say uh, the city vibe rather than the village vibe. So that's the reason I shifted to the Pune. So currently it's like work from home. So I can work from anywhere, but I prefer ki thoda zyada exposure मिले because this is the time where we have to do a lot of things to get experience. Otherwise बूढ़े होने के बाद क्या करेंगे?
right. And you have to be in the right crowd, even if you're working from home. Just the vibe of the place makes a lot of difference. If you're just
Exactly, a
hustling
lot.
hard, I mean, if you're in Delhi, you are like you're always think about hustling hard. But if you move to a smaller town, you're like, okay, now I can have a chill life. Your vibe,
See,
your thoughts change.
same thing happened in lockdown. Like lockdown, I moved to the my village, and at that time I was clueless कि अभी करना क्या है. Like कुछ आइडिया ही नहीं है यहाँ पे ना you can go out or you can do anything. And that time okay ठीक है अभी YouTube पे पूरा focus करते हैं. Let's whatever happens, let's go all in into the YouTube. And that's how this YouTube journey happened and crossed 10,000 luckily in the last 17th February.
Awesome. So, like, how did you plan your strategy? Because 1.5 years and getting to 10,000 in 1.5 years is really great. How did you plan your strategy when it comes to Booktube?
Okay, for the Booktube is a very very small niche. You also know that we don't get that many brand deals. We don't get that many views as compared to the other channels. So how I planned first, I thought first I was only making the book related videos, the book ka review वगैरह, because that's how we usually start. Then I started to understand. Okay, to be honest, strategy first 6 months I had zero strategy. So just whatever the books I have read, just post the review about it, talk about it, and done. Then I started to realize, okay, this is not going to work. We need to plan something. We need to have. Then I started to understand, okay, what other topics I can cover related to books. Then the recommendations come. Then when the book and the movie adaptation differences come. Then the upcoming books of the year. Then upcoming books in the 6th year or Indian books which are coming into the next year. So that kind of video I started putting. Then I got an idea on the analytics. Okay, these video works, this video doesn't work. Then whatever works, उस पे डबल डाउन किया and whatever doesn't work उस पे थोड़ा कम कर दिया. So that's how basically I started planning about this. You know better because you are doing this is more than 5 years probably than me. I'm just doing this for 1.5 years, so probably I might have a less experience than you. So that's basically I did, and after that thoda then learnings from the books I started because people don't want to read all the books. I mean, whether it is like that Happy 60 Millionaire book, then the Gary Vaynerchuk books. People don't want to go and everything. So rather than I started putting key takeaways from that book because they are more interested into that. And I started to short Kindle videos because most of the people have no idea how to use Kindle also. Like I get a lot of DMs on the Instagram whether this Kindle is good, this Kindle is good. And I started to address all those kind of topics. Now I just go through the comment section. Okay, what is the most asked question, so just film on that video or just put that idea into the calendar and shoot about it. So that's how the current strategy is, and basically shoot in the advance whichever you also do कि भाई एक ही दिन में shoot कर दो 3-4 videos and you are done for next 2 weeks. So that's the same way I follow.
But I have just yesterday I was talking about this. Now, Booktube, I have done it like batch shooting. For example, February, my father had an accident, so I couldn't batch shoot right on Feb 1. But January, I shot all the videos like between 1 to 4 Jan, and then the whole month was awesome. And I think it's necessary for people like us who have full time job, because sometimes we have a lot of work pressure and we have to get
Work.
done. But at the same time, the drawback I think of that is that, so 1 month my videos went up, but my flow was broken because I was not thinking about making videos. I was not shooting videos. So now when came the February, I had to gather up all that courage
Okay.
and confidence again to script the videos, shoot the videos, and
Right, right.
it's about the end of Feb, and I did a few marketing videos for my channel. But like Booktube, I'm still like gathering up that courage. So I think it's like a double-edged sword.
Mm-hmm.
One is you can manage it very well, but two is that you can lose the touch, and then it's hard again to get started, because a month's gap is like you are starting all over again. Does that happen to you as well, or no?
Okay, so this happened only one time last year. So I had मतलब मेरी दादी का ऑपरेशन था, तो उस टाइम पे I was in that zone कि whichever zone अभी तूने बताया, so I was there and I had this. After that मैंने kind of I started putting कि भाई जो भी ideas आते हैं write it down first. So it's not like I have now like Monday to Thursday I work on my job. I don't even think about the book and anything. But on the Friday I usually I won't say script, but I usually think about all the possible ideas that I put. Like on the Friday, I work on all my YouTube ideas, whether it is going through the all comment section, then some tweets probably, whether it even a small tweet can give you a YouTube idea. So I just check out all my bookmark tweets. Then there are some articles, like if you have subscribed to the few newsletters, then on the mail you can get all of those ideas and just a glimpse about the blog, but you can make a video out of that, just giving the credits and talking about the books. So on the Friday, usually I just put out all the ideas. Like what in the morning I put out. Usually I do every day, because every day you can, like, just if I saw some tweet and that can be a potential video, and just save that tweet, either bookmark or just copy paste into the Notion template. And I don't script or anything. I just put there, okay, this can be the potential idea. But specifically on the Friday, I just go through all the ideas and see which are easy to make, which will take a time. So whichever are easy to make, which is 5 to 10 minutes audio, or probably 13 minutes audio, I script them easily, like 3 to 3, like 3 by 3 points I use. So 3 main points and 3 sub points. So that's how I structure my video. And on the Friday, just I script all this video. On the Saturday, I usually shoot 3 to 6 video. So every week I do this. So at least currently today, like I have another 2 weeks of content ready. But every Friday and Saturday I have to do this. So even if any uncertain situation comes, still I will have a kind of a backup ideas. Okay, these are the backup ideas I can shoot anytime. So this is a kind of process I have created. Ki, like as a content, as you become a content creator, you cannot go back to and become a normal person. To be honest, like every time you see something and okay, this can be a potential idea. This tweet we can use for this, or this book we can use for this. So always you are always thinking. Sometimes the best ideas strike you at the 3 a.m. Like abhi सुबह ही मैंने ये tweet किया था because yesterday night I had two ideas to okay, this can be a potentially good video. You just either put it on the Twitter or just put it on the Notion template, but you do it every day. But don't think about okay, इसको script वगैरह कैसे बनाएंगे. Usually specific time, whether it is good time probably for you, Sunday, Monday, whatever prefer. For me, it's always the Friday. So on the Friday, I script all my 3 to 4 videos. Saturday, I shoot videos. Sunday, I edit videos, and I'm done. So that's usually I divide my day. And Monday to Thursday, probably I just go for. I mean, while reading articles, while reading on Twitter, I just see what can be the ideas can be we use for the Booktube or the YouTube channel, and I just save that. I don't immediately work on that. So that's basically my process. What's your process basically?
I am now embarrassed. You have like a very structured process, 3 by 3 point method. I have no such process. But I think that's how a marketer's process of content creation should be. Mine is very simple. I don't think anybody wants to know this. Follow this process now.
I mean, you learn in the journey. Basically, starting में जो videos थे, I used to just go on and with the flow. कि भाई ठीक है, तो उसमें बहुत सारे repetitions वगैरह होने. Like when I talk about review, so sometimes I talk about plot for five minutes and the final review for 1 minute, which is not kind of balanced structure. So then I learned okay, people don't want that kind of stuff. Rather than I will start it to let's make it on the point video rather than making it 20 minutes long video जिसमें 15 मिनट का कुछ कचरा ही है. So rather than keep it short and simple, because ultimately it's all about the viewers. If viewers are not coming, if they are not watching, then it's not a good idea to run a YouTube channel. So I started to think from the viewers perspective. Like I started to put all the timestamps, because I mean the goal is to make easy as possible for the viewer to navigate from the video. So that's how I started thinking to how I can make it better. So then I this structure idea will come, then 3 by 3 pointers come. So even though it is a non-fiction book, then I will think about, okay, what will be the 3 main takeaways and how I can divide it to either minimum 3 points, how I can divide. So 3 points usually you speak for 3 minutes on each point. Automatically 10 minute का video बन जाए. So that's how I started thinking. So it's not like कि कुछ rocket science है, but you learn in the journey. That's the process actually. But you have actually three, four channels. How do you manage? I mean, first channel Booktube, then your Life of Manpreet, then marketing channel.
For now, I'm not managing it all. Like, I used to be able to manage all of it. Nowadays, I'm just more focused on the marketing channel. So right now, I'm totally like I would say 95% focused on that, because I have goals for my 5 year, what I would want to do with my career. And especially
Right.
because I didn't focus on my branding, my personal branding and everything as a marketer. So everybody knows me as a
Right.
booktuber, even a vlogger, but not as a marketer. So 95% of the time I work on that, and Booktube is now mostly like 5%. And vlog is just something like I love to do. So I shoot random clips at time and then put them together whenever. For example, people watch TV. I sort of like to edit or do something for my vlog. And
Right, kind of documenting.
I have always worked from home, so that makes it easy.
But अभी I'm not that comfortable with vlog. I'm not sure, but I also have the channel. But मैंने कभी इतना सोचा नहीं उसके बारे में. कभी सोचा नहीं उसके बारे में कि भाई. I mean, I always wonder how do you manage to shoot vlogs in your day-to-day life now?
No, it's a real physical necessity. I don't remember anything. Okay. I don't remember a single memory, and even if it's a very something I have enjoyed a lot, I won't remember it unless I have shot it.
Right.
So I try
True.
to shoot everything, even like so. What people see is like a part of it, but just seeing at that video, I can sort of memorize everything that happened
Recall.
on that particular day.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I can recall all of it instead of that just like 10-minute video. So I do it for that, because every time I don't do it, I have no memory of it. I have like no idea what happened.
Understood.
So yeah, the idea
Okay,
is
so
to be able to vlog daily, but I can't do that.
right. This is a good idea. I should think in that. I mean, I do like I click photos every day, whether I'm doing something, but I never thought about, okay, obviously the video gives more clarity about what you are doing rather than photos. Okay, this is a good one. I will, like, you sold me for this. I will probably try this. But Avivi, I'm not that confident that I will do every single day. I mean, I will record every single day. Vlog के लिए camera conscious is whole different level rather than steady camera and shooting videos. You inspired me in that. कि सोचना पड़ेगा मुझे इस पे थोड़ा.
One more question about this. Like, so you do Booktube, and I have seen you like you doing a podcast, a good Instagram account with a good following. I think you have more than 11,000 followers on Instagram, more than me.
Yes.
It's hard to grow on Instagram. Then you have YouTube, so that is all in the book space. But also, I saw your website, and you're offering a lot of marketing services and everything like that. So how does like the monetization work with both things? Do you make good amount of money from Booktube now, or do you make a lot of money from marketing? But what are you doing to promote that your marketing services?
Okay, so these questions like this is dilemma like you were also going through कि how to differentiate marketing and the booktube. ये मेरा भी था questions कि like I started with the booktube and now a lot of people know me just because of the book. So same thing happening like which happened to you, same thing happening. So I'm trying to like think about keeping at Twitter and the LinkedIn as a marketing space, like talking a lot about marketing rather than books, and Instagram, which is more fun part of like it's all about fun. It's not like I can use it as a marketing also, but probably I have to open the new account, which I don't want to do because I don't, क्या इतना भी हस्टल करके क्या करेंगे? At the end of the day, you should enjoy your life. So I started to think in that way. Like I remember reading this book, Your Time and Your Money, Your Money, Your Life. So this book and Die with Zero. So these two books I read, and I remember कि क्या I mean at what point you need money. I started to think about that, how much enough is for me. So like looking at the current my graph, I probably reach that very soon. So it's not, I started to think, okay, if I had that money, then I don't have to worry. So I'm trying to keep my YouTube and the Instagram is more about entertainment and the passion side of the me, which is books. And just beats make thoda sa, what kind of sandwich kiya. Okay, apart from this, I do this kind of stuff also. So if author or if any business follows, then they get into touch with me. And probably all, like whenever they visit our Instagram page, and they usually check all the links, whether okay, what these guys is doing, or if the brand comes in, what they kind of doing. But if you check out the same on the Twitter or the LinkedIn, I'm trying to keep it as a specific either marketing or the Web3, because I'm currently a lot of interest into the Web3 because it looks so fascinating to get into the Web3 Ethereum blockchain. So I'm trying to diversify with that zone key. Let's keep LinkedIn and Twitter as a marketing space, and YouTube and Instagram is more about fun side of the me or the creative side of the me. Because without creativity, it's for me it's really hard to live nowadays, because कुछ ऐसे entertainment करने को नहीं है तो क्या करेंगे, like just like the vlog for you is kind of what you said, necessary. So for me, entertainment side is necessary. But marketing makes more money as compared to the Booktube. Booktube is just we do it for the passion, and whatever comes, I treat it as extra money. It's not like ठीक है मेरा महीने का खर्चा निकल गया मेरा, I wanted to buy camera, तो वो कैमरा Booktube से आ गया और YouTube से आ गया. Before that, I used to shoot only on the mobile, which is Vivo वाला phone. But last year, like Booktube made good amount of money, so I brought two cameras. One is Nikon, and one other is vlog wala camera, which is a very short camera. So which that happened just because of the Booktube. So I'm not, it's kind of bootstrapping the Booktube wala thing. I'm not putting कि okay इससे मुझे बहुत सारा कुछ मिलने वाला है, but down the line usually it makes a big amount of money. So Booktube is kind of, I'm keeping it a passion, but marketing is obviously it's kind of a top priority. Like currently we are at the stage. So I keep my LinkedIn and the Twitter as a marketing wala thing, and try to interact or try to connect with the business owners on the Twitter or the LinkedIn, and then try to see what we can do in their space. So that's how currently divided. But obviously marketing makes more money as compared to the Booktube. You know that.
But being able to buy two cameras in 1 year with YouTube, that's a lot of money. You're underestimating how much you're earning. Underreporting, actually. When it comes to Booktube, I think it opens up a lot of opportunities in terms of how many people you can know and talk to, right? So
Right.
I am sure you must have talked to a lot of authors. Is there some particular interaction that you still remember, and that was sort of like something to remember for you?
Like I am not a text person, to be honest. Like मतलब ज़्यादा, like I try to keep it business. I mean, try to keep it what we say, professional as a professional. I don't try to let them know me or let them get into the personal very close. So okay, let me think. So there is one author from the Bangalore, like चित्रांगता दास, जो उसकी बुक था तूने भी पढ़ी होगी, तो उसकी बुक का नाम
The
क्या था?
Secret Diary of an Incurable.
Right. So that author only I connected like really well, because no, only on the personal, like on the WhatsApp also we talk, and that is the only person which I connected a lot with the vibes, with the thoughts. Apart from that, it's kind of a professional conversation. Like I don't remember. Like probably you must have more experience, so you probably share what kind of experience you had than me. Because I just have 1.5 years. Maybe like it's more about fun stuff I did. So you probably did like as a very professional. So you can share if you have any experience. Then I can reconnect you. Okay, this can be one of the experience.
I have met quite a few authors, and every author has sort of a personality. And if you are in the right mindset, you can learn from each of them. So, for example, I know Kevin Missel very well. So we have met
Right.
multiple times, and I have learned a lot from him. He's like so passionate about what he does, and he's just hustling so hard. And he's very young. I mean, he must be like eight to
True.
9 years younger than me. So to
Right.
see him do so much and be so passionate about it, and he's just like this big box of information regarding the publishing world, and he's very open about
Right.
discussing that. So I love our interactions so much. But at the same time, I have met Mr. Ashwin Sanghi. I have met Mr. Anand
Mhm.
Neelakantan. So Mr. Anand Neelakantan was like the second author I ever met in my life. Okay. And
Okay.
he is just so amazing, like so down to earth, very nice.
True. Yeah, even I also met him when he was in Pune. So we had a like छोटा सा talk. But I realized, okay, he's a kind of a genuine person. Even Amish Tripathi also at some point. I mean, if you met him in person, like we had a point at we reached to the point we will shoot a podcast in the crossword. जब we and he was in Pune for the launch of third book. So we thought कि we will do that, but time की वजह से और बारिश भी हो रही थी, so we had to cancel that. Probably this time if he comes, then probably we will shoot definitely.
I have not met like the celebrity many popular authors, but not the top ones like Durjoy Datta, Chetan Bhagat. I have had a panel with Chetan Bhagat, but never like one-to-one interaction, and I probably don't think he would want to have those interactions with me. Apart from that, I have met Mr. Ashwin Sanghi twice, but it was always like he's a very nice person, but I never had like a one-to-one interaction. I would say a little bit. So I'm just like showing off now so that how many people have met.
It's okay.
But I remember Anuja Chauhan. So I once messaged her for an interview, and she agreed, and then
Okay.
I didn't show up. Very unprofessional of me. But like, I went to Jaipur Lit Fest, and then something happened, so I could not like go there the next day. So that interview didn't happen, and I don't think she likes me anymore. We did have some interactions on Twitter and all of that, but I don't think she likes me anymore. That I think that's the bane of being a book reviewer. So, at times you have to say bad things about your favorite authors as well. Like their books, like bad things, I mean negative reviews, So I didn't like her latest book. So I really wanted to do like an online interaction with her, but now I'm just like, if I ever approach her, she'll be like,
no, she will probably.
Do not even show me your face. I don't know. I'm moving. Yeah.
Okay, so you next time you can say that. I mean, there is one line I read whether on the Twitter, like someone gives you critics on your work, not on you. So whenever you want to do the negative review, so you can say this line. Okay, I'm criticizing your work, not you. So that can be a savior for future.
I kind of feel like that is a very obvious thing. I have never like personally attacked an author, but there are people who come to me and just say it like, how can you say bad about this book, how can you say bad about the author? It's like I'm talking about his work, and that is also I'm talking about it for the viewer, not even for the author. If the author wants to learn from it and improve, that is even better. But I don't even expect like these authors would be watching my videos, okay? Because I don't want them to. I want the viewers to watch because it's these people who are going to watch. Like some people, I don't think is either it's the way I pay it, or either it's people misunderstanding. But I'm just like, okay, think whatever you want to think. But I personally, I mean, I have said so many bad things, negative things about Chetan Bhagat's books, but I really admire him as a person. Like, I even made one video about it, and people were like, Manpreet, you are taking two sides. One side you're saying his books are not good, and one side you are so inspired by him. Like, that is the reality of my life. I'm inspired by him. He's the person who changed the publishing industry. And, like, how can I not be inspired? And how can I not, admire him? But at the same time, I don't end up liking his books, so I have to say that, So in my mind, it's very different. Like the author is a very different person, and I have never even I have never met anybody. I have never like most of them I have not even met. I don't know these people. How can I talk about them? I can just talk about the work that I have read, right?
Right. Happens. I mean, that's the part of being a creator. You can't, justify everything at every single second.
You get misunderstood a lot, and I feel like that happens a lot on YouTube. It's not just with me. I think it's with all the creators. Many people are like cancelled over like nothing at all. So dealing with hate and dealing with people misunderstanding you is like a part of our life, no?
Okay, so like on that note, how you deal with hate things on the internet? Okay, right now at this point probably you are comfortable or saturated. Okay, positive, negative are there, but when you started, like for your first hate comment or first a few years of your journey, how you managed to do that, or you still thoda sa fear?
That was supposed to be my question to you. First,
okay, I will answer.
Yeah, you answer.
Okay, so first, like when I received my first hate comment, I was thoda sa nervous वगैरह. But then I met, okay, this guy don't even know me personally. This guy don't even had idea about what I'm going through, what I'm doing. So a lot of things. So first a few hate comments I like बहुत ही disturb हुआ था. But when I understood, okay, these people don't know me, these people don't have any idea, and these are the only 1% of the total 100%. Like 99% of the people are really good. They are support you. They understand what you are saying. And why do I care for that 1% who probably not even subscribe to my channel, who don't even come on my Instagram and talk to me? Okay, this can be a bad idea. So after that, I started to realize, okay, there are going to be hate coming, and like as the saying goes, the more hate comment you get, the probably you are growing more and more. So I started to, recollect those thoughts. Okay, this can be a growth journey, and you have to deal with good, bad, and you cannot please everyone. You cannot, 100% give assurance ki, okay, this is going to be the good. So you have to deal with that. And at this stage, currently, I'm at the neutral level. Okay, good happens, okay, be neutral. Bad happens, be neutral. You don't have to think. You don't have to get excited even if you get thousands of you. You don't even have to get demotivated even if you get 100. So at this point, I'm nervous. Is more focused on the key. Okay, how I can make more better videos. How I can make someone's life more better. So that's what I learned in last 1 year. But before that 1 year, I was scared. Okay, what will people say? What will be the hate comments? Even so, like, okay, if you go and check one of my video where I like, this is my habit. I do a lot of hand gestures. I mean, kind of me person who explains everything with the hands. Like, try to explain this can be the good, this can be the bad. And there are few comments. Like, there is one video where 99% of the comments are RIP hands.
Ouch.
First, 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 I took it in a negative way. Then I thought, okay, this can be a scarcity also. So I screenshot all those video and put it on the Twitter, put it on the Instagram, and people go watch that video, and that view size drastically increased more than 30-40%. So I started to think about that. Okay, how I can use negative comments as a memes to promote my videos. So this is now I think. But those one video, like I obviously after that I try to minimize my hand gesture, but I can't handle it.
I must watch the video because I, in my mind, when you were saying this, I was thinking hand gestures are good, but you must have like overdone it to another level. There were 34 people saying it.
Almost nine. Like these that video have around 2,000 comments. Like 2,000 comments out of 1,500 comments are more about hands.
Wow, that's a record.
But I'm happy. I have that meme material for me. Now your turn.
That is like a long story. Like I have gotten hate in very different ways. Some people are just like random people showing up to your channel. They're like, "What are you doing?" And that was one I had let one person get to me in the very beginning when I was making videos. So I had first started my vlogging channel. Okay, so this channel,
Okay.
which is now Indian Booktuber, this was a channel where I posted like everything, makeup boxes and openings and stuff like that. Okay, and
Acha,
eventually I started doing book videos. But there was
book
another
video.
channel which is my vlog channel, and there I was posting. So I remember I watched a movie and I was in Chandigarh at that time, and there's this park in Chandigarh which has a dinosaur in it. I so vividly remember I stood in front of it and I talked about that movie and all of that. And I posted the vlog, and this person was like so hateful. I ended up deleting like that. At that point, I had like 15-20 vlogs, and I deleted those. Okay, and now I told you like these are my memories, and I still regret it to this day that those 15 videos were like 2 to 3 months of my memories from college time that I deleted because of one stupid person. So that is how I
Hmm.
think. Every time somebody just like randomly hates me, I think like that was one person, and I let him get to me, and I regret it to this day. So I can't let these
Hmm.
people like it define
True.
what I do on. If people are like, some people are come to me and you're reading from the review and then talking like, how do I say all the points if I don't write my review down, right?
Hmm.
Like you said, like sometimes we just I remember I shot this one review where I didn't even talk about like the plot. Like I talked about what I thought about the plot, but I didn't even tell like what the story is about. Okay. So what kind of review would that be? So I write it down. People hate me for that. I'm like, okay. So that is one hate is very manageable because I just get to that one point where I deleted all those memories of mine because of one person. Then there is hate of like that comes from authors that doesn't come to me much these days, because it's just like I keep my distance. I try to
Hmm.
not work with so many authors because of this very reason, because sometimes they can get very hateful towards creators. And
True.
I think it's not just with Indian creators, but even like outside. I have had so many incidents. Like there were authors who just like, I remember there's this one author, he was a teacher, okay? So he ended up, like, I didn't like his book, paid review, but I didn't like his book. He ended up asking his whole class to come and tell me like I don't know how to read books, and I don't know, how to review books and all of that. So I remember for 3 days I was replying to comments of all these students of his who were hating on me.
Oh my God. Oh my
That was
God.
one, I would say, low point in my life, because having so many people, like class of 100 college professor, so class of 100
Hmm.
people coming and hating you at one single time, that gets tough. But apart from that, I'm just like, oh, that I went through. Nowadays, I ignore. I delete the comments. So I won't say
Okay.
they still don't get to me. Like I think those people who say like now I don't care about the hate comments, they're very strong. I'm not that strong. I wake up in the morning, I check my comments, and I get a bad comment, my whole day is bad. So I try not to check them
Really.
nowadays. So, and this is my way of dealing. I feel like it really depends on what you're going through in your personal life. So people always think it's just that YouTube part, you leave a
Hmm.
comment on YouTube and you think, it's all okay. But people don't think that this person could also be going through something in their personal life, and you're just
Oh, true.
exaggerating it. And you would never say this to somebody's face, right? Even if you have a big like fight with somebody, you don't say such hateful things like people say on YouTube. So that's very different.
Hmm.
So I just take it
You,
as they come, and like every
you,
response is different.
on the face, you look like really strong, but are you a sensitive person?
Very extremely sensitive. Like the persona, like people think of me on YouTube and everywhere. It's just like I am like people think, Manpreet, you're so confident on camera. Like see me when I'm not filming, when I'm trying to film, or like I just go into like this beast mode when like people sort of challenge me. So if somebody's like
Oh.
leaving a hate comment, internally like I'm dying, but externally I'm like killing you. That is me.
This is good one. This is good one.
Yeah. And with this, I think I've taken up a lot of your time, and it was a very fun conversation. If you have any specific thing to say or have a question for me, just ask away. And I really hope everybody has enjoyed this conversation so far. I had a lot of fun, Fishma. I haven't laughed this much in like quite a lot of days.
We should then definitely do, kind of monthly, this kind of videos where we just chill. Probably adding 2, 3 subscriber also who are good. So we
Yeah, I
can
have all these
try.
ideas in my head. We should talk
Acha,
about
oh,
it. Let's see how we can do. I think there must be like 10 people who internally very nice. They haven't said anything about it, but they must be thinking Manpreet is so unprofessional because she reached out to us, like these authors, okay? Reached out to us, said we'll do an interview and all of that, and then I never showed up. I have so much of anxiety about it, and that's why I was like, I can do this with Ronak because I have talked to you before, so I knew my anxiety
hmm,
levels would be lower. So I was like, let's do
right,
it with
right.
Ronak, and
Now,
then
now, now, now I want to meet you in a person. It's okay, screen पे थोड़ा different होता है, but meeting in person and understanding your sensitivity level, that will be a good thing for me.
maybe one day.
Because,
Maybe one day. And
yeah,
actually, my
we,
employers are based in Kolhapur only. That's how I know Pune.
acha. And I do have a few questions, but I know it will become a very long video that probably we can plan some other day.
Definitely, for sure.
Hmm. Okay, so to end thought, I will say, यार ऐसे end thought में end thought ही नहीं आता.
That is a very good end thought.
I don't wanted to talk about books because we talked a lot about books. Dude, this is really hard. Not a book related question. It's more about, vlogging question like that. How do you, manage to shoot in the public space? That is kind of coming from my, like, I personally wanted to get into that. So how do you manage to shoot into the public? Don't you feel little bit of, yaar, सब लोग देख रहे हैं, वगैरह, वगैरह?
Fun story, I'll tell you. Okay. Punjabi parents, they're very specific about like you not talking to boys. Okay. So I was brought up in a way that I was told never talk to boys in your school. I was in co-ed school, but I would never talk to boys. So because I
Hmm.
never talked to them because I was scared somebody might tell my parents. So all the boys in my class used to think I have a lot of attitude, okay? And she just thinks she's like something that she doesn't talk to her, okay? When I went to 11th, 12th, I was like, my parents, I don't know why they think I should not talk to boys. I'm going to talk to boys. So then I started talking
Hmm.
and I reached out like to a few of my, like connected with a few of my school friends and not friends, classmates who I never talked to in the 10 years we studied together. And they started, all of them, like three, four people, they were like, Manpreet, we used to think you have so much of attitude and you do not talk to us and all of that. And we were very scared of you. So now
Hmm.
I use this incident as something to power me when I go out and film. Okay, so I'm just like, I have always been perceived as this person who has a lot of attitude, who doesn't care about anything. Why not like put on that avatar and you're just cool? So when I go out, I have that kind of attitude with blinders on. Like I don't care who you guys are. I am just filming. So when you are very conscious about the people seeing you from here and there, then you can't film. But when you are just walking in a way that I don't even care who is around me, then you can film. So you have to like fake that
Okay.
confidence in yourself and then you can do it. And it helps if you have a
Hmm.
friend with you, who is not filming but who is there for your support. So I sort of have a habit of like converting my traumas into my powers.
Actually, that is a good one. I mean, you will have never have the negative things. I mean, every negative thoughts is going to give ultimate positive things. So it's a good one.
And yes, I think that would be the end of this video. And yes, Ronak, it was like amazing to talk to you. Thank you so much for being here on a Sunday. And guys, I will link all the amazing stuff he's doing down below in the description, his website, his YouTube channel, podcast, Instagram account. So you should check it out. And yes, thank you so much for watching. And this is Simran signing off. I'll be back with another video very soon.